This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I wonder what, like, the opposite of that is. Like, randomly distasteful? I mean, randomly, like, you know, icky?
Repulsive?
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that we're repulsive. I mean, you may not care for us like sauerkraut, but I mean, I don't know about repulsive. I don't know about that. We'll have Red Raiders softball with Jerry Glasgow on tonight at 5. So that is a special edition because he wants to be with his team for the draft, for the players that are going to get drafted. That'll be from 5 to 6 tonight on 92.3 The Hub. We'll have High School Fan Zone tonight at 6 on 100.7 The Score. Coaches from Estacado, Monterey, Memorial, and Liberty. Big district track meet over at Lowry Field this weekend, so we'll get probably some results on that, or just update, or just stories, or just, you know, commentary, things along those lines. And then we'll join the Astros and the Dodgers in progress at 7:30 on 100.7 The Score. So I saw this, and this is probably all you need to know about why the Big 12 trails the Big 10 in some aspects and the SEC in other aspects. But the Big 10, Jamie, for the 2025 fiscal year, which is, I guess, the school year, this is for the fiscal year ending on June the 30th, announced a record distribution to its 18-member schools of $1.37 billion. This is a $490 million increase from the previous year.
That's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
Yeah, good to be there. Good to be in that conference.
So on average, the Big Ten distributed about $76.1 million. 16 full share members received different amounts based on postseason participation and other revenue factors. For instance, Ohio State leads all schools at $91.57 million. Penn State received $88.92, and then others received various amounts after that. That financial growth outpaces the other Power Four conferences. The SEC reported distributing more than $1.03 billion to its 16 members for the fiscal year 2024-2025. So they haven't announced their number yet. That's about $72 million per school. So if you want to know, like for the Big 12 is projecting to distribute $52.6 million per school.
Compared to 91 for Ohio State?
Yeah.
That's nearly double. Not quite, but nearly double.
Yeah, so when you look at, well, why don't we have this sport, or why aren't we doing this, or why aren't we doing, well, part of it is just money. I mean, big part of it is money and resources. But when you're giving another school $24 million more on average, the Big Ten is at 76 and Big 12 is at 52. That's massive. Mm-hmm. And I don't have any answers for it. I mean, on one aspect, you can say, well, the Big Ten earned it over the years because they're in bigger markets. They're in their schools have performed at higher levels.
Well, they definitely won the football season last year, and it felt like they had a really good NCAA basketball tournament as well.
And the eyeballs that this comes with, but it just kind of speaks to me of and baseball. Major League Baseball is similar, and so is the NBA in terms of the larger market teams getting more. And you would say, well, that's just the way it is. I mean, we're not in a society where everybody gets paid the same, and we're not socialist. But when you look at the National Football League, to a degree, it is, because all the football teams share the TV revenue equally. And so I'm not suggesting that you should pound on the desk, and the Big Ten should give up all their money.
Good.
But
That's never going to happen.
because it's never going to happen. But it's part of why you have the parity that you have in the National Football League, and why you have teams that are able to rise up. And there's other mitigating factors, obviously, with selections that you make in the draft, and the coaches, and the plays, and decisions that you make on the field. But just from
also how much you can spend on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
There's a salary cap.
Absolutely.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
College football does not have a salary cap.
Yeah, well, true. It's got the self-imposed. It's got the $21 million that the schools can spend, but then you've got all the name, image, and likeness deals that are all over the place, right?
Yeah. Again, are they really name, image, and likeness?
Not in the spirit of what it was intended. No.
I've heard a few commercials.
Yeah.
A few.
Some are. You're right.
There are some,
Yeah.
and there are appearances and things like that, but it's not it's not being done as it was originally intended.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish they would just change what they call it. Because 95% of them aren't NIL.
Right.
They have nothing to do with that. But you're right. There are some. I think that's great. Yeah.
But at any rate,
I think they should have been allowed to do that kind of stuff all along.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is that we all know that they would have used it to their advantage to, oh, hey, you're going to do this commercial for us? So we would normally pay somebody else $100,000. We'll pay you $3 million.
Hang on, wait a minute. Hold it. Whoa. Hey, I could be getting $100,000 for cutting a commercial.
Yeah, something like that, Jeff.
Something like that.
My numbers may have been a little off.
just a little, or watching watering the grass, or you're working at Big Red Motors, in Norman. That was, I think, a pretty profitable endeavor for some of those Oklahoma players.
Not when they lost it. Not when they lost their college eligibility. It wasn't.
Well, they got discovered. Yeah. That was the problem. They got discovered that what was happening there. So I thought those were interesting numbers that, sometimes when you peel back the onion slightly and go, oh, there's a reason why they've done so well, because their amount of money to play with is so much more than what, and I'm not making any excuses or anything, but it's just the facts.
Well, it's the old adage of, there's always somebody out there that's got it better than you, and there's always somebody out there that has it worse than you. I mean, again, Texas Tech is spending money on their athletic department they're getting from boosters, not from a TV contract, and some complain about that, while other conferences are just getting more money from their TV partners. And, I mean, they're spending money too. They just got it from a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course there are plenty out there that don't have the money either from the TV or from their boosters.
From the boosters, right.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for this day in sports history. Today is Monday, the first Monday in May. It is the fourth day in the fifth month. And with this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
We got so close. We got in the first segment. It's May the 4th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chuck got so close there. He was very, very close. Like almost leaned into it even.
I leaned into it a little bit for you. I mean, I'm not disparaging it.
No, that would be bad today. 1963. Pitcher Bob Shaw sets a record that I don't think he wants. 5 balks in a game.
Whoa.
1980, White Sox first baseman Mike Squires catches the final inning of an 11-1 loss to the Brewers, becoming the first lefty to catch since the Cubs' Dale Long in 1958.
Wow.
On the same day in 1980, the Dodgers bowed out of order against the Phillies in the first inning.
That's crazy.
I don't know if the lineup got miscued up in the booth.
Somebody wrote it wrong or something.
2015, Golden State Warrior Stephen Curry is named the MVP for the 2014-2015 NBA season.
I think he earned it.
Pretty good.
And in 2021, The number 11 Texas Tech baseball team exploded for 4 home runs within the first 3 innings to overpower Oklahoma 14-4 in a midweek non-conference matchup between the two Big 12 clubs at Hodgetown in Amarillo, Texas. Cole Stillwell's 2 home runs matched his career high with 4 RBI to lead the Red Raiders at the plate.
Way to go, Cole.
It is National Candied Orange Peel Day.
Okay, are those like those little sugary candy things? Is that what that is?
I think those are the orange slices. This is like you peel an orange, and then you put a candy coating on those oranges. And
that doesn't sound right.
It has been forever since I had those. My mom used to make them all the time.
Okay.
And they are excellent.
Okay.
Roy McIlroy is 37, Will Arnett 56, Randy Travis 67, Lance Bass 47, and Aaron Andrews is 48. And on this day, 1904, it marks the official beginning of the U.S. acquisition of the Panama Canal. After the French had failed in completing the canal, the second effort will succeed in bridging the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, dramatically altering world trade as well as the physical and geopolitical landscape of Central America.
Any desire to be on a ship to go through the Panama Canal, cruise ship or something along those lines?
I'd be sure.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I have to go do that this weekend or anything.
No, just like in, at some point in time.
Yeah. And that's this day in sports history.
This day in sports history. All right, so going back to the Mike Squires thing, I'm guessing that having a left-handed catcher is more complicated just because of the number of right-handed batters.
That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah. And most left-handers don't really. If you're left-handed and you've got a ability to play baseball, you want them pitching more than anything else, probably.
Or playing first base.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. 6:49 this morning here on the morning drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to WT973.com for that of the mobile app. A couple of folks have weighed in this morning. Somebody wanting to know if all Division I coaches travel separately from the team in a Winnebago. Yes, they do. They do.
Nice.
Somebody thinks I've been watching Breaking Bad. No, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever
seen a few episodes.
Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have anything against it, but I just haven't seen that. We get this question. Good morning, Chuck, Jamie, and Jeff. Perfect win Saturday, Texas Tech softball, and great win Texas Tech baseball Sunday. When will Texas Tech start selling regional softball tickets? That's a good question. I would imagine.
I guess I'm surprised they haven't already.
And maybe some of that's gone out to season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Would imagine that the season ticket holders will get the first bite of that apple. At least I hope they do. And I'm pretty certain that's the way that only makes sense. It's like go to the folks that have been supporting you and say, hey, would you like your tickets for postseason play? Here's the price and here's the amount, and we'll just charge it to your credit card and move on down the road. And I would imagine that you'd get extremely high percentage of participation with that.
I would think so.
Yeah. We'll hear from the softball coach, Jerry Glasgow, tonight at 5 on 92.3 The Hub. So this will be his final show of the season. But I'd like to think, man, if you have a national championship show or a national championship, he'd have a lot to say after something like that. So
I think Coach Glasgow has a lot to say no matter what.
He does. Yes, he does.
He seems like a talkative guy.
He does. He does. He'll be with a talkative guy tonight with Mark Finkner from 5 until 6 on 92.3 The Hub. We'll also have the high school fan zone tonight on 100.7 The Score. The NBA playoffs are going on. And not that paying just a great amount of attention to that, but this kind of caught my eye. Apparently, a couple years ago, when the 76ers had a home arena matchup with the New York Knickerbockers, whom they'll play in the second round, it was a very pro-Knicks crowd. So Joel Embiid has encouraged Sixer fans, like, it's like, if you need money, I got you. So he's trying to keep Knicks fans from buying up tickets.
Yeah, makes sense.
So many of the Knicks fans bought tickets there, and he said, Embiid said this after the Saturday game 7 win over Boston in Boston. Last time we played the Knicks, it felt like this was Madison Square Garden East. We need the support. Don't sell your tickets. This is bigger than you. We need you. So apparently the ticket office there is also going to try to keep New York fans out of the arena by restricting direct sales to buyers in the Philadelphia market, which I get. Orders by residents outside Greater Philadelphia will be canceled without notice and refunds given.
What? What?
That's what it says here.
It'll be canceled without notice?
Without notice.
Like, I mean, I get, hey, we're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But if somebody's already bought the tickets...
residents.
So somebody, hey, I got tickets for the game. Game 1, I got tickets. Yeah, let's go. Hey, you want to come with me? I got one extra. Look, all right, come on with me. And then at some point you just find out, oh, I don't have tickets.
Okay.
So that's
Knicks fans aren't happy about this. Calling the Sixers a joke of a franchise. Okay, that's the pot calling the kettle black.
That's weak sauce.
And soft. Orders. It just says orders by residents outside Greater Philadelphia area will be canceled without notice and refunds given. At least give them notice.
Well, I mean, their credit card statement will give them notice.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Have people call them?
I don't know.
Tell them, hey, just wanted you to know.
We canceled your order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. So if somebody reaches out to Joel Embiid and wants to sell them their tickets, I guess he said, I've got you. I got you.
Yeah, we had somebody around these parts saying the same thing and wouldn't come through with it either.
Yeah. It's not good.
I'm sure Joel Embiid is, running around town, buying tickets for people.
Somebody says this, wow, just went from the regular season to the national championship. Congratulations, Red Raider softball. Yeah, well, come on. You must be new. You must be new. That's what we do. We just kind of project forward. 6:55 this morning here on the Morning Drive.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hope you had a great weekend. If you have something to share that went epically great or bad for you that you want to get off your chest, you can hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Visual Edge IT hotline at 2 is open, 806-771-0973. Brendan Sorsby is going to put some of that money that he's received from his various schools to use as he is lawyered up, Jamie, according to Pete Thamel and Adam Schefter. It's not like Mr. Sorsby had a press release out to announce these hirings to his legal representation. Jeffrey Kessler has been hired by Brendan Sorsby. Kessler, you might remember him. He was one of the lead attorneys for the plaintiffs in the House versus the NCAA case. He's also represented the National Football League Players Association on behalf of Tom Brady, Ray Rice, Ezekiel Elliott, Adrian Peterson, and the New Orleans Saints, quote, Bounty Gate players, unquote.
Great list of guys.
Yeah, not exactly. At least with Rice, Elliott, and Peterson, high character guys. The Bounty Gate guys. Yeah,
was that sarcasm?
No, that's not sarcasm. I said Rice, Elliott, and Peterson, not exactly high character.
Not exactly. Okay.
Yeah, not exactly high character guys.
Right.
Yeah, the Bounty Gate players. They're in a different category, and then Tom Brady, he just wanted a little bit less air in the ball so he could hold it better. That was it. We didn't really. I guess I didn't know. At the time that the ball had to be inflated to a certain amount, or it was illegal.
I think part of the problem with the whole Tom Brady situation was then the lack of cooperation,
Yes,
the lying,
absolutely.
The hiding of cell phones, and all the above.
Sure. I mean, the cover up and all that.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Kessler is also he's looking to get Sorsby to a path where he can be eligible for the coming year. I wonder if you were to ask other Division I football players, I wonder what the percentage would be of that he should play and shouldn't play would be. I mean, I wonder if it would be 80-20 should, or if it's 60-40, or if it's 50-50, I wonder if you really said, okay, here's the situation. Should this guy be allowed to play or not?
Yeah, I think he would probably get some. I bet he'd get some support in that regard if you're asking other college football players.
And the other thing I wonder too is, I wonder if it would matter prior to players being paid. Okay, so let's just say go back 5 years. Does that make a difference to those players? In other words, those players that weren't paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to play college football, if they would go, well, he's just trying to make some grocery money. He's just trying to make some pizza money. He's just trying to make some beer money. Take his gal out on a date money. I wonder if it would make a difference, depending on the era of college football. And it may not. That may not make a difference.
Anybody would say that.
Okay. The other ramification here.
He was using it to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was an form of entertainment for him.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking for grocery money.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Making $1.50 bets or whatever.
No, my point was before he got.
Yeah, I'm saying they wouldn't. I don't think they would say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other ramification in this is the lawsuit that he has with Cincinnati, and he has a different attorney, I believe, for that representation, and the unintended consequence, or maybe intended consequence of that, is that by Cincinnati treating that money as name, image, and likeness money, it keeps them from, quote, paying him for playing football, even though that's what it is. Because what no university wants right now, I don't believe this university wants their athletes to be listed as employees. So if you're paying somebody to do something, you become an employee, whether it's a contract labor employee or an employee. And there's all kinds of then ramifications that go with that, and added expense and things like that. So universities are trying to keep players and athletes associated with their various programs, from track to football, from being labeled as, quote, employees, because then you would have to have some kind of a long-term health benefit for them, or take care of them moving forward if they got injured with a knee or an elbow or head or whatever. I mean, so there's a lot to this. In addition to him trying to be eligible, the other thing is he has until June 30th to declare for a supplemental draft. So, do you think this thing is done with by June the 29th?
No.
Okay.
Just courts work slow.
Courts work slow. NCAA works slow. And the other thing too is that he's still unavailable, presumably because he's in treatment.
Yeah, that was just for 30 days though.
Right, but
supposedly that was the length of time.
Yeah, so it's been a week. And like you said, the courts work slow and the NCAA works slow, so that further delays it. Like if he wasn't in treatment, he could be having those conversations now.
I'm sure he's having conversations with his lawyer.
Yeah,
while he's there.
Absolutely.
It's not like he's in a straight jacket tied down or anything.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's not like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest where they keep them all, sedated.
I'm sure he has plenty of contact with those folks.
Yeah. So if you had to guess right now, A week into this? Are you starting to feel one way or the other?
Yeah, I'm definitely back on the side of I don't think he'll play for Texas Tech.
Yeah, or anybody.
Yeah, or anybody.
On the
college level.
At the college level. Yeah.
I think this is about making sure that he is eligible for the supplemental draft and or NFL draft next year, and that he's got a clear name so that the bets that he made on baseball as a football player do not affect that status.
I bet you there's some of that. I think they would love for him to get eligible for college, but I think there's probably some of that, Jeff. Yeah.
Because NFL players are allowed to bet on baseball.
It really stinks out loud. Is, as we just said, this is probably not going to be decided by June the 29th, right?
Mm-mm.
We're going to have to keep giving weekly, daily updates on this stuff.
When there's no update.
Just kill me now.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be the catch. June 28th is going to come and go, and NCAA will make their decision when they make their decision. We control none of that. They won't take our phone call.
I'm not calling.
Somebody says this: they need to try and reach a settlement. Only chance he has of playing. Well, and I don't know who would hold the upper hand right now, but it would seem to me that the NCAA
settlement be.
Suspension for 4 games or something like that.
Yeah,
5 games.
The NCAA is not going to go for that.
Yeah.
They're looking to hang a body.
Yeah, they have the NCAA.
That's what this feels like.
The NCAA has the upper hand, and you don't blame them, do you?
Nope. Just stinks for us.
I don't think the NCAA is out to get Brendan Sorsby. Brendan Sorsby kind of brought this upon himself.
He did it to himself. Yeah, look in the mirror. You put yourself in this position, and people do that every single day with their decisions and choices and behavior.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Okay, I've got an odd one for you today.
Can we handle it?
Why the heavy sigh?
I don't know.
Why are you so disappointed in me?
No, I'm not disappointed in you. Wasn't quite like that, was it?
Like you were disgusted.
No,
by
I was
comments.
I was just like, no,
Okay.
no.
Sorry to disappoint you.
No, you didn't disappoint me at all.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
here.
I'm sorry, my mic is so active here.
Hang on. You're saying the mic did that?
I said, I'm sorry, my mic is so active that it picks up my.
This falls into the category of overserved. It's always somebody else's fault. It's the mic's fault.
The mic's fault.
I didn't realize I'd sighed that loudly, or just breathed. I breathed. I was breathing.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm glad to make you laugh. That's good.
3 different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Texas Tech softball wins a national championship. Texas Tech football makes the college football playoffs again. And Texas Tech men's basketball makes it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell me in order which you're the most confident in.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
1 being the most confident.
Man, that's a really good question. Because a week ago today, 1 and 2 would have been I would have been 1 and 1A, and then 3. So basketball is 3, okay? Still 3, all right? I think football is a 2 with a question mark from it being 1A a week ago. And I'm most confident of the 3 things that you listed, that Tech softball wins the national championship. That's what I'm most confident in right now.
Okay. Jeff?
Football 1, softball 2, men's basketball 3.
Wow.
I'm with Jeff. Football 1, softball 2.
It's
basketball team 3.
It's really hard to win a national championship, as we saw.
It really
last
is, and it feels like there are 4 or 5 really good teams in college softball this year. As good as you are, it feels like it's. I think we would have just looked at our roster at the beginning of the year and said, "Yeah, we're the best roster. We're going to win." But I think there's some really good teams in college softball this year.
If you
can see that there are teams across the country really putting focus and financial support in the softball programs, and so you've got some really good ones.
My answer would change if you'd said Texas Tech softball to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I would put it first above Tech football making the college football playoff.
All right, Jeff.
And here's the other part of it. So, I mean, are you fearful at this point that Tech's not winning the Big 12 in football?
No, I'm not fearful.
Well,
even though you said 8-4.
Yeah. Right. So I'm not as confident today as I was a week ago today at this time when we didn't know anything about Sorsby, going to the college football playoff. And I'm a little surprised that you're one football, after last week, when we asked this question about what's the record, you were like with me at 8-4. So 8-4 is going to win the Big 12.
I think 8-4 can get you in the Big 12 tournament, in the Big 12 championship game. I think there's a lot of blah in the Big 12 this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure that 8-4 would. I would say I don't think 8-4 would, but we're allowed to disagree. Again, I'm at like 10-2, 11-1 still. I think the schedule is favorable. I think you're still a really good football team, and again, like I've said before, the path to the college football playoff through the Big 12 is a real favorable one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've talked about this when, like, if people questioned whether Joey Maguire would leave, and the question would always with me is, why would he leave?
Right.
And there would be a ton of people lining up for this job because of all that you have with the facilities and the financial support and the fan base and all that's great about Lubbock and Texas Tech. Plus, you're in a conference where it's not loaded with heavyweights.
Mm-hmm.
So the path to the college football playoff through Texas Tech football it's a pretty good one.
Yeah. And where would he go that it's better than this?
As far as ease to get to the college football playoff, yeah. And again, I'm not trying to downgrade what Coach McGuire has done at all. He has he's been a major part of building this.
And it wasn't that way when he took over.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and we know college football has changed and the money and all that kind of stuff, but he's a huge factor in it. So, but it's a lot easier than getting to the college playoff through the SEC right now or the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why I'm still confident you're going to get to the college football playoff, even though you might not be quite as good without Brendan Sorsby.
Because you could probably list off the top of the head, 4 or 5 Big Ten and 4 or 5 SEC teams that on any given day could make it to the college football playoff, even with 12 teams.
Yeah.
And even probably also knowing that the Big Ten and the SEC are probably going to get 2 teams in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even with getting multiple teams in doesn't make it necessarily any easier than in the Big Ten or the SEC.
That would be the argument to my point, is that they'll get multiple in, 2, 3, where the Big 12 will just get the one.
Mm-hmm.
But you're the best program. You have the best roster.
Jeff, does it change for you if they come out and say Sorsby's ineligible?
Nope, I'm already assuming he is.
Yeah, I think I'm with Jeff. Yeah,
on the over/under of 1, I said under.
Well, I mean, I think I think people are going to flip flop, or I think your range of emotion is going to go from feeling sorry for him, but I mean just going, oh, that's bad, to being mad.
I don't, it's not emotion for me. It's just the more I read and more information comes out that has come out, it just changes my opinion on what I think could happen.
Yeah.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Good morning with Jeff McGuire, Jamie Lent. I'm Chuck Heinz. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. It's May the 4th, so all you Star Wars people, enjoy your big day today. The lucky lady put on my coffee cup this morning, she writes me a note every day, note of encouragement, which she's never disparaged me. She's never said, like, you know, you were terrible this weekend, or you weren't funny, or she's always very encouraging to me, which is, I can always count on her to be encouraging to me, Jamie.
That's good.
She said, "May the 4th be with you," and then put in parenthesis, Star Wars Day.
Well, now we know how Chuck knew.
I mean, I didn't know until you started playing music today, if I'm being totally honest.
What I love about May the 4th, it's a made-up holiday by Star Wars fans that the Star Wars producers, executive producers, everybody along the lines embraced. It was a dad joke that became the day they'll do trailers today, new stuff comes out today, toys come out, whatever. Like, it becomes a big day because the fans made it a big day. That's fun for me.
Okay.
And I'm not berating you with every song from the entire.
It's okay. No, I mean, I like that one. That's kind of that, Russian.
Oh,
death
you
march.
like the Imperial March?
The Russian Death March.
Darth Vader's theme. You like that one?
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Okay.
But it's dark. I mean, it means
It's the bad guy. Yeah.
Impending doom. It's kind of like the monkeys on Wizard of Oz. I mean, we can all see them, right? And the monkeys, you can see them right there, and it scares the bejesus out of you. Yates Warning Center chat line is open. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app. It's presented by Happy State Bank. Okay.
Don't ever let the Jesus be scared out of you.
No.
Only be scared if you lose the Jesus in you.
That's right. That's right.
Whether it's monkeys or Star Wars.
Okay.
It's one thing you don't let get out of you, Chuck.
This is the bejesus. Yeah. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I successfully turned the farming community against Chuck this weekend. I have 4 friends who are farmers, and I told them who to thank for us not getting rain this weekend. I didn't say his name, but told them some guy on 97.3 was wishing the rain away and calling us to do a sun dance. They hate this unnamed radio guy more than Chuck hates New Home, which I don't hate New Home. They were legitimately angry that someone is stupid enough to wish away rain in West Texas. Well, sir, or ma'am, we had a big event this past weekend with our radio stations with Cinco de Mayo at the fairgrounds. We spent a lot of money to do that, just like the farmers put a lot of money in the ground, and it was better for us to not have rain than for them to have rain. So I was being selfish, and it turned out to be good. It turned out to be awesome. It turned out to be perfect weather. It was great. We had no problems. So those 4 people that are against me, I don't care, because it worked out better for us. And, I hope it rains for the rest of the week. But yeah, I didn't want it to rain on Saturday, and I didn't want it to rain on Friday, and I'm glad. Rain, go away, come again some other day, and it did. So there you go. That's my.
Well, the rain hasn't come another day yet.
Not yet, but it will. Mm-hmm. It'll be here. Hey Jeff, did you know Darth Vader has a brother in federal prison? His name is Taxi Vader. Ha ha. That's a dad joke right there, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's one for Choice Woodman.
I had not heard that one yet.
That's good.
But I approve.
That's good. I'm shocked that Chuck got it.
Yeah. Blind squirrel, every once in a while, finds a nut. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Could Tex sue Sorsby for fleecing them for $5 million?
If he's gotten the $5 million.
Yeah,
I don't know if he has.
I don't think all that comes right straight up front.
Yeah, I heard a number this weekend that he's been given 2 so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, it's not coming straight from Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Coming from the boosters or the collective or whatever. I don't even really know how that works.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying not to know.
Yeah, you're better off. You're better off not to know. We're all better off not to know. All right, 8:07 this morning here on the Morning Drive. My bold statement for the weekend was wrong. Astros did not sweep the Red Sox, but they did take 2 of 3. I'll take it. Okay. That's good. That's good. I mean, and the Rangers won 1 of 3 this weekend. Red Raiders won 1 of 3 this weekend. What can you take positive from the weekend against Baylor?
That the team showed fight, that the offense got going again, that they continue to battle when down in two straight games. Once it turned into a nail biter loss, and once it turned into a win. So I think you take that away. I think yesterday, I mean, the thing that probably goes unnoticed is that Donovan Becerra was terrific for you on the mound. Came in a spot where, I mean, you're just so incredibly banged up on the mound. That he's a guy that hasn't been used a lot, and you had to use him in a starting role on the weekend, and he gave you a great outing. Pitched into the 6th inning and gave up just 1 run. So he doesn't get the win in that game, but as far as I'm concerned, he was a player of the game.
Okay, was he your player of the game?
He
yesterday?
was.
Okay,
he was.
Was it encouraging? I mean, and you're around these guys all the time, or at least you're at every game, and you get to see their emotions and things like that. Did you find it encouraging how they just appeared yesterday to kind of be really kind of happy for each other and cheering for each other, even before the 5-run outburst there in the 8th?
Yeah, no, I don't ever feel like they've turned on each other or anything like that. I think guys, if I would say anything, I would say that guys have had their dauber down at times. Mm-hmm. Certain players have not, but it feels like there's been some bad body language and stuff like that. But I don't think they've ever not been cheering for each other. But I think that, like Becerra going out there and throwing really well, and you could hear the dugout really cheering for Donnie, as they call him, because, he hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities, and when he's been out there, it's not been great. And even Jay Souza, who got an opportunity this weekend, and he came through in the 9th on Saturday night in a big spot, and then he reached base safely with 2 hits and a walk yesterday. So I think the teammates love seeing guys like that who are good guys and usually supporters of the others getting out there and having a lot of success.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.